main components. Why do I think that I'm good at this business and other people might not be as good? Or why do you think some people that are good at this business are good at their business? So to me, I think it's because I get into the door. I believe people like Hassan and Diane and John Campbell and Stu, and I could name 1,000 people, Raheem El. Why do I think that they just do so much better than somebody who just started? And I believe it's because they will get into the door more often than the people that aren't as good. So what helps me get into the door? I'm going to talk about that. First thing is I'm very prepared. The first thing is I have my badge on. I will never, ever, ever, ever go out into the field without my badge. I don't care. We're going to talk about some such simple, basic things today that it's probably going to bore the hell out of you guys and girls. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to know, if you really want to know what makes professionals professional, it's these small little things. So I'm going to have a badge that every single person can see that I'm not just some Joe Schmo that showed up to their house. Second thing is, in the summertime, I'm always, always, always going to have my TMG shirt on, and I'm going to have a form of ID. I'm not going to have a fancy shirt that makes me look better than everybody else. I'm not going to have a tie on. I see all these people that go out into the field and they do all these other things. I'm telling you right now, you need to have what you are and who you are on you. The third thing is I'm going to have a clean shave face. I'm not going to look like Justin Timberlake with the side beards, and I'm not going to have a stash on, and I'm not going to have all these things that my friends want me to have so I can, go on Facebook and Snapchat and all that stuff. So we're going to talk about some of those simple things. You can do whatever you want, but I just keep everything simple because the first thing when people look at you is they judge you immediately. Now, this right here is the only thing I take to the door. I don't take a bag. I don't take a clipboard. I take my iPad and I hide it right behind this. This is what I take to the door. What is this? Okay. This is the FCGS organizer that every single person gets on here for free. Now, what do I put into that FCG organizer? On the back side of it, I'm going to have the Lincoln Heritage Funeral Advantage where they can see right away. And I'm going to have the 9 things that every senior should know about funerals. And that's going to be so visible. Why is that going to be visible? Because the first thing that people see when they go to talk about Lincoln Heritage, or the first thing they see when they go to do anything, is one of these 3 things, that or their lead. Now, I take their lead and I put it in the other half of the folder. And I take the lead, and the only thing that the customer sees, I'm holding it just like this. When they open the door, they see 3 things: my smiling face, they see my badge, and they see their name. The most beautiful, accepting thing to a human being, if they don't know anybody, if they don't know you and you're a stranger, the most accepting thing to them is their name. Okay? They know their name and they're comfortable with themselves and their name. So the first thing I'm going to do is when I knock on the door, I'm going to smile real big, cheesy as can be, like Phil says, and I'm going to say, "Hey, Peggy." Now, if it's a woman, I don't care if the woman's 20 years old. I'm going to assume that her name is Peggy because that's the first thing that needs to come out of my mouth, is something that's familiar to the customer. Okay? And I'm going to say, "Hey, Peggy." And if it's a man, they're going to laugh and say, "No, my name's not Peggy." And I'm going to say, "Oh, okay, yeah, you don't look like your average Peggy. Hey, did you guys get my letter?" And that's the first thing I'm going to say to them. "Hey, did you guys get my letter? We've been trying to get a hold of you." And you see my tonality. You see my body language. I'm kind of fun. "Hey, did you get my letter?" I'm expecting them to say, "Well, yeah." Now, if you don't send the letters that Diane sends out, guess what? You can still say that because as soon as you order your leads, Lincoln sends a letter. And sometimes I don't send out the letter and they still say, "Well, yeah, I just got your letter." And I say, "Awesome. I'm the benefit coordinator." And I hold this up. I say, "I'm the benefit coordinator for the county. I'm a state licensed agent. And we've been trying to get a hold of you about this request you sent in to us. If you could just give me a couple seconds, I got to ask you a couple quick questions. We get a lot of fraud on this program with everything going on, and I need to make sure you're not bedridden, hospitalized, incarcerated, or receiving hospice care." Ha 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 ha. And I make a joke and they laugh and they pinch themselves and go, nope, I'm a real person. And it's so cheesy, but it puts them at ease. And immediately they're like, huh, okay. And I can't tell you how many times just by being that assumptive, they let me right in. And they don't even know what I'm talking about till 5 minutes into the conversation. So that alone, okay, is going to get you in more doors. Just having this. Now, let's talk about the people say, wait, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I didn't send that in. That doesn't look like my writing. Oh, okay. I just look at them a little confused and I say, well, I'm not a salesperson. I'm a benefit coordinator. Like I said, my job isn't to come here and randomly show up and talk you into anything. This would have been about that Funeral Advantage program. And right behind that, I have this. What do I have in here? I call this my evidence folder. I immediately take this out. And if you haven't gotten one of these yet, ask your upline to grab one of these or grab this from a customer. This is what they get in the mail. And I'm going to show this to them immediately. And I'm going to say, well, this is what you would have gotten in the mail, Peggy. And I would say, it says the Funeral Advantage program assist for seniors. And then you would have torn this off and you would have sent it back into us. And 9 times out of 10, they go, oh, yeah. I did send that in. And again, we're assuming stuff. I'm not going to say, oh, okay, would you like for me to talk to you about this for 10 minutes and show you the program? I'm telling you, that's where 9 out of 10 people fail, is they ask a question. I'm going to say, awesome, where can we sit so I can go ahead and go over this program? I'm just going to assume that they want me there, that they need me there, and they need what I have, because so many people stop and they will ask questions and they don't even realize that they're asking questions, and they're saying to them, oh yeah, can I? So I would encourage you to stop right then and right there. And what I just showed you today is going to help you. I would encourage you to get your folder streamlined. I would not have a sash over my shoulder. I would not have you don't see any pens on me. Okay. Some people wear their ink pens here. I don't do that because I don't want them concentrating and thinking about anything else other than, hey man, there's this benefit coordinator that showed up today and he really seems like he wants to help me. I don't know how the hell he wants to help me. Some of them don't even know what the hell they want my help with. Okay. But half the battle is getting in and sitting down at the table. Because if I went through this Zoom call and I just asked people, what do you think your number one strength is? I guarantee you that 90% of you would say, well, Rob, when I sit down with people and I actually show them the program and I talk to them about the program, most people like this program and they want to participate in this program. And I would think that the hardest part is just getting enough people to sit down in front of you. So at this point, I'm going to open it up for a couple minutes. We're going to ask some questions if there is any questions, and please don't be shy to ask questions. And then what I'd like to do is I'm going to call on somebody. Hopefully he's okay with me calling on him. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to call on somebody who's brand spanking new in the business, who's having some success. And I'd like to get inside his mindset of what he does and possibly how he does it and why is he so successful so early? Because again, here's what happens. If you're new on this call today, you see that number that Diane put up there, that 38,000, you see that video and you seem to think, oh, well, she must be some kind of superhero, man. She must have ran her own business, or she must have just woke up one day and she's one of those natural salespeople. And people think that about me. I got to tell you, the first time I went ever out to sell, I used to be afraid of this, but the first time somebody said, hey, there's a customer, go talk to him, I lied to the guy and I said, hey, man, I got to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. I went out to my car and I started crying. I started bawling like, wait, what? He wants me to talk to a stranger? Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I'm standing in a Giant Eagle and he wants me to just randomly talk to these. I don't know these people. They don't know me. Now, you get me in a group setting like this 25 years later, yeah, I'm fine with it because, it's okay. But a lot of us before we go knock on that door, we're knocking like this. And we're like, are they there? Oh, okay. Man, I knocked on the door. They're not home. I'm just going to leave. No, we don't knock like we really want them to be home. And that's half our battle, is we're fighting with ourselves. Well, the one way we can get away from that battle is to be prepared and to put your armor on and to have statistics that just show, hey, you know what? I'm not even afraid anymore, because basically I know if I go talk to 10 people, I'm gonna see 6 of them. I'm gonna probably get 1 or 2 that aren't gonna do it. I'm gonna get 4 people that are gonna sign up, and my average premium is gonna be $72. And I already know that if I just keep multiplying that, I know where I need to be. So, and that's how simple this job can be at the very end. But does anybody have any questions?